Bed rest for years can lead to permanent rest. People spend lazy Sundays or sick days lying in bed all the time, and there is nothing wrong with dressing up, but if you don't start walking again after 24 hours, one of the first things is to overcome lungs issue. The gravitational force no longer draws them to their normal position, so the lower part of your lungs will shrink. You won't feel different, but be careful, because it's hard for the mucus to go through those verses to fall to the ground. It can, therefore, get caught, which can infect your lungs and eventually lead to respiration. Within a week, your problems get worse. Stay tuned to understand the top 5 facts. What if you never left your bed? Where number 1 seems so obvious but will shake your world. Watch till the end to disclose this mystery, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more articles like this. Number 5. Your mental health will also hit you, and you will be at greater risk of anxiety and depression. In that same week, you lose 1% of your muscles, especially your thighs, and shoulders, which you no longer use. Now, usually, those muscles will absorb sugar from your bloodstream for energy to work. By the second week, you may start to have severe ulcers called bed sores. This occurs when parts of your body's bones, such as your hips, tail, and ankles, press on in the same area for too long. Persistent pressure inhibits blood flow, killing your skin cells. After just 2 weeks, you have lost 10% of your muscle mass. And that creates a new problem, because the little muscle you have, the little oxygen, so the blood flow, they need it. And the less oxygen you get around your body, the more tired you feel. You'll have a hard time getting up again. Because in 6 months, maybe a year, most of your muscles are dead. Your bones are weak and fragile, and your heart is not healthy enough to do much work anytime soon. Number 4. Lying down eliminates excess energy from the body. When you are lying on the floor, the blood pressure that comes out of your left heart, just outside the aortic valve, is the pressure of reference. Think of it as 120/70ths. The pressure will be almost the same throughout your arteries, no matter where they are in the body. Our blood flows through the arteries and veins to the capillaries, the smallest blood vessels, and then enters the streets to return to the heart. In the process, it loses its pressure. The fluid leaves your capillaries to provide food and air to your cells. Profound changes occur when you stand up, and gravity exerts its influence on your body. Your blood vessels form a substantial column of blood, like a tower of water. Tower is the height between the top of the heart and the ankle. Number 3. All of that increasing pressure on your arteries makes it extremely difficult for fluid to flow. Each leg, from the waist down, will gradually replenish the strength. When you lie down, you remove that increased venous pressure. When you sleep, fluid flows smoothly from your muscles back to your arteries. The large amount of blood that accumulates in your legs also shifts to your chest, which then expands to the right atrium, where blood from arteries collects. As these expands, they send a signal to your brain. The brain, in turn, regulates the endocrine system, which causes the kidneys to begin dehydrating. A person who is continuously sprayed with water can lose 5 or 6 pounds of water in 24 to 48 hours lying on the floor. The problem starts when you get out of bed after bedtime. The water loss in the legs that occurs during bed rest reduces the pressure that keeps the arteries fenced off. The roots multiply, and there are many pools of blood in the legs. Also, the loss of water in the blood while lying on the floor reduces the amount of blood circulating in your body. Blood clots in the legs and lowering of blood volume mean that there is not enough blood to return to the heart, which can cause fainting. Number 2. A good athlete, like a sprinter, tends to have a big heart. The heart should be able to store a large amount of blood during each drop. A heart with large chambers can pump a lot of blood during exercise. That makes it easier to bring in more oxygen to provide working muscles. The heart muscle behaves very much like other body tissues. It grows in size and strength as a response to the question of doing a regular and challenging job. When not used properly, it becomes weaker and weaker, and it loses its ability to function. That can lead to initial fatigue of the depressed heart and symptoms of impending heart failure. While your body can quickly replenish its water loss from bed rest and inactivity, an endurance athlete at rest usually has a slow heartbeat, often less than 50 beats per minute. You cannot suddenly restore your heart with healthy size and great energy. If you stay in bed for a long time, your heart rate will gradually increase. After a few months of bed rest, for example, heart rate can be as high as 100 beats per minute. The heart will beat faster, pumping less blood with each beat. Number 1. If you stay in bed for a few days, you lose a pinch of fluid in your blood. That causes your blood to thicken a little, because there is a small amount of red blood cells. This is temporary, your bone marrow will eventually slow down. Did this video help you? What is your opinion about the learning you had today from the video? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Also, keep in mind subscribing to our channel to stay tuned with upcoming mysterious videos every week.